Charms. It's me, Sarah, and welcome to the Book Nook. So today I'm going to be showing you some books that I've gotten recently, and this is going to be like a spring book haul. It's basically the title. I'm pretty sure it's going to be because it's like spring right now. Yeah, it's spring, so like whatever. So the first book here on the list is Maze Runner. It's one of the first books that I got in season of spring. Yes, I got the Maze Runner. I liked it. The world was like, wow, this is really cool. It's really interesting. And then this book was it's really setting up for all of the books. Like there's like 4 other books. So this book is really setting it up for all the other books. And the writing is different. Like the way it's written, it's really short. The font is really small, but the way it's written, it's really good. I like it. I would recommend it if you like books about kind of like the Divergent series and Hunger Games. But I know some people don't really like the book, and I don't see why. But okay, yeah. Second book. This is one of the newest books I've gotten. The Hate U Give by Angie Thoms. I actually posted a photo. Maybe I'll put it right here. Put a photo right here. I posted a photo of this on my Bookstagram. My Bookstagram will be right. My Bookstagram on it, and then Angie Thomas liked my photo, and I was like, what is life right now? I'm freaking out. This is so cool. So yeah. Another one. Oop, it almost slipped out of my hands. Passenger. This book is really hard to get into. I found it was really hard, and I was looking at people on their Bookstagram accounts saying they got into the book really easily. I was like, they said some of them they had to read it a second time. This is what I did with this book. I started reading it and I didn't really like it. It kind of took me like 50 to 100 pages to get into the book, but I still haven't finished it. But I'm halfway through the book, and yeah, I mean, it's about time travel. This is different. You don't really see books about time travel that much. Mostly about you see stuff with Nightmares, demons, and all that stuff. But you don't really find time travel a lot. You know, like Phil. I used to love that show, but it's just like nostalgia from Phil, but not really, because the characters. Okay, so this book is really cool because she goes back in time, so she has to deal with wearing a corset, and she has to learn what it is to keep her mouth shut and living in a society that doesn't really accept women, and basically that's it. And also people of color, so diversity. The male main character, he's black, so yeah. And he used to be a slave, but he got bought and free, so yeah, it's good. Everything. So this book, I saw the trailer of this book, and Nick Robinson is so fine. He's playing Ollie in this book, and Rue from the Hunger Games girl that played Rue, she's gonna be in this book too. So just the casting for this book was amazing. What? This is crazy. I love it. So I found out there was going to be a movie about this. I was like, I need to get this book ASAP. So I kind of finished reading one of the books that I'm going to be showing you next, and I finished The Maze Runner. I was like, I'm really in the mood for some contemporary, feeling a little nice lovey. So I finished this book So I finished this book within probably 8 hours. It took me 2 days, but the morning I read it, I just read it all through. If you have this on your shelf and you're thinking, I don't want to get into it, but if you're ever in the mood for contemporary and you don't have a lot of time, you could read this in one day. I heard a lot of people have read this one day, so yeah, you should read it. It's really good. The ending kind of shook me to the core, and there's so many good quotes in it. It's really good. And then there's some books in there. They talk about books because the main character really likes books, and it makes you want to read those books just because she read it, even though there's spoilers of it. Oh well, but I didn't really read them, but I kind of did. So. And City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, the second book in the series of The Immortal Instruments. And I finished this book. To be honest, I don't really remember what's happened in this book. I read it a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. But they kind of all string together, I kind of remember everything basically. It's it kind of strings together. and City of Bones, the first book, which is one of the books I read before I read everything. Everything is the first book after Maze Runner, right? So this is one of the reasons why I started my YouTube, my BookTube channel and my Bookstagram. So you should watch the last video I think it's either right here, maybe I'll put an annotation right here or right here. So I don't know which one it will be. But yeah, so these are the books that I've read. I mean, I've gotten recently. Some of the books I have read, some books I haven't. And also one book that is not in here that I did read I didn't read it, but I did buy, was To All the Boys I Love by Jenny Han. I wanted to get into it, but I wasn't really into it in a contemporary mood, and a lot of friends have been noticing that I've been reading a lot, and so they've been asking to borrow books. And I was like, I wasn't really in the mood for a contemporary because I'm reading City of Glass right now from the Mortal Instruments. So I let her borrow that book, so hopefully she's reading and enjoying it. But when I'm in the mood for another contemporary, I'll pick up and read To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and then be ready. So yeah, let me just see. This is basically how I set all the books up. So these are all the books that I got. And yeah, I liked them. The book that I'm most excited to read, I haven't read this one yet. Really excited to read. I think it's like a must read for everybody right now. So yeah, I'll let you guys know from reading any books recently. So yeah. So thank you for watching this video. And remember, bookworms have more fun. Bye! It was basically this book that I decided to get into after reading. And then when I started getting back into reading, I found stuff like Bookstagram,